Hi everyone, I'm Mary with Mary Greeley News. Thank you for joining me. Those of you near Wichita, Kansas and East Burrell, Kansas have been reported feeling many earthquakes. There was a magnitude 4.0 earthquake at 6:31 p.m. local time that was downgraded to a 3.9, which caused the city of Wichita to initiate an earthquake activation plan, and yet USGS says all these earthquakes are normal. The city of Wichita is claiming that no damage was observed at city infrastructures and at the Cheney Dam. In the last 24 hours, there's been 8 earthquakes within this area on the map. A 3.4, a 3.5, a 3.0, a 2.4, the 3.9, which was originally a 4.0, a 1.8, a 3.1, and a 3.2. I am sure that there is earthquake damage, hairline cracks. This post was submitted to Twitter by Catherine Helgett. I'm not sure where she's located, but it does give you an example of what earthquakes can do, and it says here, turns out Scotch tape doesn't prevent earthquake damage. I am sure she is near Wichita, Kansas, because she also posted about 2 more earthquakes back to back this morning, scaring the crap out of me. My Twitter is going to be Earthquake Twitter. A post by Dr. Brandon Whipple. Just felt another one. Staffers tasked with investigating earthquake-related activities might earn some overtime this week. Zach Corder asked the question, serious question, Mr. Mayor. Is the city concerned that there might be a larger scale one? And if so, what are we doing to research these as a city? The reply was, we're looking into what we can do as a city to be more prepared, as well as what to expect as these or if they become more frequent. Jay Warnick asked a question. At least you didn't characterize them as small. I realize that they are below the damage threshold, but if you live near Coleman Middle School, they seem significant. Dr. Brandon Whipple replied, they are significant. We need to find out what the cause and if there's anything we can do policy-wise to address them. Well, I addressed that yesterday, showing the oil and industry and fracking that's going on. Catherine Helgett posted a question. These earthquakes are terrifying. Can we get some information on how we need to prepare our homes? Why are these happening, etc.? The only interview I've seen predicted these would be a thing of the past by December. This College Hill resident is nervous. Dr. Whipple replied, thanks for the tag. Today has been crazy with earthquakes. Good idea in finding and promoting any resources that can help prepare homes which might not have been built for earthquakes. I will look into it. Take care. I've talked about soft structures which have open space below, maybe a living quarters above, garages, how those need to be retrofitted. Homes and rafters need to be bolted down, meaning bolted to the foundation. Some other Twitter posts about the earthquake. Of course there are, and there are still people like you, Jake, virtual signaling about a 4.7 earthquakes are common, mostly mild, and usually only result in property damage. Correct. Cause environmental damage to make a buck like an earthquake, where none were previously known. And there's a post here about fracking, how they use pressurized liquid to break bedrock. And it is linked to many hazards, earthquakes being one of them. The polluting of the groundwater, etc. I don't care what USGS says about these earthquakes being normal. Here's another post claiming they are not. Another earthquake question. They're normally pretty rare here, and now we had 2 in a span of about a month. They're probably talking about the swarm. I'm glad that they didn't really cause any damage. The oil and gas industry has never been held responsible for injuries or damage, anything like that. And I showed you yesterday how there was a large earthquake, the second largest in the world, in 2015 up there in Canada. That was a magnitude 4.6. And then there was two other ones, both of those in China. One possibly a 6.0. And I forget how big the other one was or the exact location. But 3 people were killed, I believe, in that earthquake. And the government did come in and rebuild the homes. I think 20,000 homes were destroyed from that fracking earthquake. There it is. I found it. 2018, that was a 5.7. But the Communist Party, they came and helped those people rebuild after that earthquake. Not the United States government. Do you guys realize that USGS was formed for the only reason to use our tax dollars to do the research, the study, exploration to find the oil and gas fields for these oil companies so they didn't have to spend their money? Yeah, that is why USGS was formed. To use United States citizens' tax dollar. Bolt those heavy objects to the wall. Strap your hot water heaters down. Know where the shutoff valves are for your water and your gas. USGS tells people if you're in bed sleeping when an earthquake occurs, put a pillow over your head. Well, when they had that California Northridge earthquakes, they had multiple apartments collapse. And those people were suffocated in their beds. So in my own personal opinion, get off the bed, get on the floor beside the bed, so at least you have that big piece of furniture holding up, hopefully, the ceiling above you and the apartments above you. Keep an extra bike helmet or a hard hat next to your bed. Keep an extra pair of shoes next to your bed. For $10, you can buy a strap to bolt that big screen TV to the wall, the flat screen TV to the wall. It's cheap to buy clamps to bolt the heavy cupboards to the walls, even your refrigerators. Get child-proof safety locks so the things in your kitchen cupboards aren't flying out and hitting you. Broken glass, a can of beans, And have a plan where you're going to meet loved ones if there is a major earthquake. Know what family members are going to do, where they're going to go if communication is cut off. Have a bug-out bag next to the front door. Have one in your car. Have one in your drawer at work. Maybe your locker at work. There is so many things you can do that are cheap to prepare for a large earthquake that could save you from being killed or severely injured. I have 2 extra backup batteries that all I have to do is plug them into my cell phone. I think they were about $10 a piece. I have several emergency supplies for bandages and first aid in several different locations and several different sizes of kits here in my home. If you have any other suggestions, and there's a lot of them out there that you can do that people can suggest, put them down below. Please get prepared. Here's another Twitter post from Dr. Rose Kane. It says, unfortunately, the cement in our basement floor was cracked. It rattled our windows and walls shook upstairs. Thus far, I haven't noticed any other damage. Most people won't until later. Yeah, it's unusual that a city would initiate an earthquake activation plan, I think. Here on Google, they have 6 ways to plan ahead. Check for hazards in the home. Fasten shelves securely to the wall. Identify safe places indoors and outdoors under sturdy furniture such as a heavy desk or table. Educate yourself and family members. Have disaster supplies on hand. Develop an emergency communication plan. Help your community to get ready. Sedgwick County does not have anything specifically for earthquake preparedness. It goes on and talks about floods, fires, high winds, power failure, etc. But I don't see anything for earthquake preparedness. No, these earthquakes are not normal. So put any comments or suggestions you do have below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Please stay safe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.